ladies and gentlemen, gamers and gamettes. Is gamettes a real thing?
Gamettes?
Gamettes? Is that a real thing?
That should be a thing. So we should start branding that now.
All right, then we gonna brand it gamers and gamettes. For some reason, Zordon's logo is backwards, but we gonna figure that out. How are y'all doing? I'm gonna go ahead and answer the question that everybody's already wondering. Pat will be here in a few seconds. He is
Yeah.
just wrapping up filming Squadcast right now.
Mm-hmm.
So before we get into games that define you, I am Will Pharaoh.
I am Khleo Thomas, aka Mr. Slick Living.
Yes, indeed, and we are glad to have y'all here. Now, before we get into games that define us, I wanted to ask a few questions.
Okay,
Um, and so I figured I could start with this one.
for sure.
Give me a song that you are too embarrassed to play out loud,
Ooh,
but that you be jamming in your headphones.
ooh. I ain't gonna lie, bro. I downloaded the Kingdom Hearts 2 intro song. I'll be banging that Utada Haraku.
You be banging it.
I'll be
Wait, wait.
banging it. I'll be banging
And
it.
they're saying we having some mics. They need they need to turn the mics up.
From is it for me? Okay, yes. Utada Hikaru or Haraku, however you say the last name. The Kingdom Hearts 2 intro, I banged that. Now, if I pulled up, all the windows down, blacked out Challenger, I'm talking matted black, murdered out, and all of a sudden you hear, you know, my sanctuary, yeah, with tears and lies melt away. It'd be an issue. I get it.
Low key, I'd make fun of you, but I'd be bopping. I'd roll my window up and bop to it. I'd be like, I ain't mad at him for it. Go ahead and do your thing.
Big
so
fact.
For those that couldn't hear us, we're going ahead and start this again. The question that I just asked Khleo was, what is a song that you are too embarrassed to play out loud, but you would play in your headphones?
Yeah.
And Khleo, again, what did you say yours was?
It'd be the Kingdom Hearts 2 intro by Utada Hikaru. It was the Sanctuary record. If I had the blacked out Challenger murdered out, all of a sudden I'm pull up at the light and I got Will to my right and I look over at him and he looks at me. I'm gonna turn the volume up and I'm gonna dance with him. Tears and lies melt away. And I'm
gonna just hit.
Boom, take off on him.
Like, all right, I see you. I see you. Mine's I don't know this dude's name. I think it's George Michael that made this song. The Careless Whisper ones. What it is? I'm never gonna dance again. That is so hard. Listen,
that's a good record, bro.
Whoever is the person on them instrumentals,
yeah,
playing their heart out.
Yeah.
Bravo to you.
Yeah, man.
I bet you he got laid after that.
Come on, man. Come on now.
That song is low key fire. That's one of them songs you be like, look, I can't play that in the the Death Row edition Tahoe. But man, if I was in the Prius,
you banging that.
I'm gonna 10 out the Prius, but I'm gonna play
it. That's a hit. Come on, man. Come on.
Like, that soccer dad is jamming over there, jamming. You don't even know it's me. Big a whole Negro in there. Look like a tight end for the Vikings just listening to this song.
Somebody said they banging Phil Collins records. Listen, I jumped off the Phil Collins boat a long time ago, and it was definitely during the Tarzan, the Disney Tarzan era. I'm like, yo, I can't do this.
Man, listen. See, I was gonna be like that, but then I heard In the Air Tonight, and knowing what that song is about, that shit is crazy, bro.
Come on now, Will.
Do you know what it's about, though?
Yeah, we know what it's about, but come on.
You can't listen. You look. First of all, you can't even write that, and he wrote that.
I get
that.
The
dude writes about witnessing a car accident.
Yeah.
Not only did he witness the car accident, the person that caused the accident drove away. And he wrote this song, and when he wrote this song, performed it at a concert, and the person that committed the crime was at his concert.
Yeah.
And he sang the song right to him.
Yeah.
That was powerful. And then just how he had the whole thing laid out. And when the drums come in, do 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 do, I can feel it. Man, come on, man. Come on.
I get it, but Mr. Collins, when they cut you that big ass check from Disney, and you said I'm gonna write Tarzan records, and I wanna know, can you show me that?
You ain't feeling that?
Will you be in my heart?
Well, if you sing any song like that, it's gonna sound like that.
In my heart.
Now you sing Mulan song like that.
From this day on, for now and forever. No, I'm straight.
Yeah. See, do that to Malone song.
Nah.
Let's get down to business.
How are you doing this?
Defeat the harm.
Why are you doing this?
Any song sounds stupid when you do it like that.
Come on now, but you know it's impossible for you to do that to a Mulan record.
I just.
And how'd you feel inside it? Were you comfortable doing it? Be honest.
I don't really like Mulan like that, so I didn't feel no way about it.
Excuse me?
Mulan is not in my top 5 Disneys.
This is for a whole other discussion that we're gonna have on another day.
I don't know why you thought she'd make the list.
Let's not jump into this. This is
I don't know why.
All Def Gaming. Let's keep it in the gamer realm. Let's not jump into what I know that's my specialty.
See, but here's the thing, Khleo. This is what's gonna drive you crazy, is that my list is catered to me. And it's not gonna make any sense to you. And you just gonna be like, that's just who I am.
I respect that. Everyone has their own opinions on stuff. I'm cool with that.
Okay. Now, one thing I am not cool with, I will say, ever since we've made this gaming channel, we are going to need a PSA that gaming overload is real.
Yeah, okay? I can agree with that.
Ever since this channel has started, I have realized that I am not young anymore. I'm still young, but I'm not young.
True.
I can't be playing this like I'm a teenager and this is summer break.
Mm-hmm. You remember growing up where you could just get up in the morning. The first thing you do is grab your remote controller. You don't even brush your teeth. You go right to the remote controller. Boom, you're in. You're playing 2.5 hours. Then your parents get up. You eat something. You brush your teeth yet? Huh? Did you brush your teeth yet? No? Well, get your ass up and go brush your teeth. And then you go brush your teeth. And then maybe you go to the kitchen. Just maybe you go to the kitchen. All right, maybe the parents had already started whipping up something. They got the bacon or the sausage or the waffles going. They throw you a little plate. You eat and you rush back to the game. And then for the rest of the day, Will, you are on your remote controller and you are playing that game. That does not exist for us at this age anymore. Why? What happened?
Man, look, shout out to the gamers and gamettes in the comments. BC, I think, has the best way of saying it. Real life gets in the way. And that is just facts right there.
Facts.
Listen, I got up at like 3 a.m. to play Spider-Man because I was like, yo, I just got one side mission left. I should just knock this out because I'm not going to go back to sleep. And I stayed up till 8 o'clock knowing I had a meeting at 10 o'clock to be on.
Ow.
This is not healthy one bit. So please, play your games in moderations, adults.
Yeah.
Now one thing we could talk about as well while we wait for Pat and more of the gamer side, and this is something I've been noticing a lot in the comments, not just in here, but like pretty much across the video game board. PC or console. Mm-hmm. Now, hear me out on my side. So now I can tell you why I'm going to be a little bit biased when it comes to PC and console.
Okay.
Growing up, I did not grow up in the time where the technology boom hit like that, where every household needed a computer. Mm-hmm. Like we had a computer in the house when I was in high school, but it was literally for me to either type up a report to put on a floppy disk, or it was for my mom to play solitaire. That was the only thing that computer was used for.
Okay.
So I didn't know the realm of like Doom on computers, being able to play Minecraft, all of this other like dope stuff you saw. And I would see like the PC games. So I'm just like, I don't understand because I had a console. Like I've had Nintendo's. Nintendo's been out since the 80s. So I was console in already. So I don't necessarily know when did PC start to become like the thing to game with.
Yeah, no, I'm with you on that. I think we grew up with think of the commercials that we had. Think of the marketing that was put out during that time. We had video game commercials. We had console commercials. There was no PC commercial pushing to come and buy one of our big ass desktops to play online World of Warcraft or Doom. We didn't have that. That whole phase missed us because we were definitely more locked into consoles, PlayStation, Super Nintendo, N64, PS2. Those four consoles were really what made us gamers.
Yeah.
But PC gaming, I would love to know, when did it really spark? When did it go boom? And you know what? Thinking about it now, Counter-Strike. I want to say Counter-Strike.
Yeah.
Before Call of Duty Modern Warfare, before the heavy online play. If you wanted to play against someone online, it was through PC and it was through Counter-Strike.
Yeah.
And I remember the very first time I went to an internet cafe to play on a PC. Bro, I got smoked. I paid $20 to play for 15 minutes on a PC in a room with a whole bunch of PCs set up and no one's talking to each other. It's hot as hell in there. There's one big ass fan in the corner. It smells like Frito chips and ass. And I'm in there like, okay, keyboard, mouse. Oh, okay. I look around with the mouse and then try to run. Next thing you know, boom, sniped.
Yo.
Shotgun to the ass. Next up, pistol whip to the back of the head. It was Counter-Strike.
I'm so sorry, bro. I'm just still tripping out the fact that internet cafes are real. I just really just thought that was a myth. And we gonna get into that. First, we're gonna take a commercial break because Pat is here. He's logged into Arcadia. It's time for us to have him come on here and we can hop into games and define us. So we're gonna take a quick commercial break and we will be right back. Stay tuned. We good? We good? Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. The trifecta of the arcade tokens is complete. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Patrick Cloud is in the building.
Hello, guys. I'm so sorry I'm late. I was shooting Squadcast. How are you?
It was so robotic.
We need
so
right?
Robotic.
Increase personality by 14%, please.
Personality buffering. I haven't loaded yet. Hello, guys. How is everything?
Everything's good, man. We're in here having a great time. We're talking gaming. We're talking computer cafes. We're talking songs that we're embarrassed to play around people. Will brought that up. Will, can you pitch that question to him?
Yes. So, Pat, the question is, what song are you embarrassed to play out loud, but you will play in the headphones?
I mean, since this is games that define us, this might be a game that I bring to the table later on. Me and my brother used to always play this PC game called Sonic Racing. And what was dope about it, it was all the Sonic characters. It was not cars. You guys literally went, go! And you guys were like, like you guys were like literally running. And the soundtrack was just one of those ones that like, for some reason, like in gaming and anime culture, like songs like Pokemon and stuff, like the people who get the opportunity to sing on it just go so hard, like they about to get a record deal. Like this is they put their life into it. Yeah. And the main song was like, everybody supersonic racing, feet right on the ground. It was like this girl putting her whole heart and soul into it. Everybody let your something down. That shit was lit, and we was just like, yeah. But I would never play that around the home.
So Pat, that's the one you in the Death Row Edition Tahoe pulling up to the light. That's the one that you wouldn't blast in the speakers.
And no, Bluetooth headphones for sure.
not even chancing it.
No, right into the ear.
Right with the noise cancellation. Don't let no one hear this. Okay, and then I believe the other question was, I think people would love your take on this as well, Pat, is we were mentioning PC versus console. Now, one thing I had brought up, why I think my vote is kind of biased for consoles, was that during the time I grew up, we didn't really have computers, weren't functioning like that as to be in every household. So if you had one, it was there for like very minimal use. And I've had video game consoles since Nintendo came out. So, and I was asking Khleo, when was this impact of this whole craze of PC just blew up? And he said it during Counter-Strike. When Counter-Strike came out, he
God,
a lot of people to move over to PC. So I just want to get your thoughts on
that. No. He hit the nail right on the head. I don't want to get my years messed up, and I don't want to disrespect the PC community by saying it started with Counter-Strike, because I want to say that around this same time, if not a little bit before, the company that made StarCraft and Diablo was huge.
Diablo, that was the big
Diablo was huge, and Diablo was damn near pre-World of Warcraft. Like that's where those fans went. And then StarCraft was such an interesting game. You know, I used to work in a laser tag arena, and the owner, his name was Mark, used to teach us business classes through StarCraft, because you could learn how to run a business by setting up a planet and having different people farm for you, and then you have like these, like it's pretty crazy. So StarCraft was definitely that shit. I don't know which one was first, but I feel like that was kind of like, I'm sure that the PC culture was prominent, but that's when internet cafes exploded. You know, like I remember pulling up to internet cafes because you couldn't have Wi-Fi like that, and playing Counter-Strike. Like Counter-Strike, the sound design on that alone, like I could probably just play Terrorists Win and make everybody remember like thousands of things about that game. So I think that was kind of like the internet cafe explosion. It was between Counter-Strike and like StarCraft, Diablo.
There it is.
Oh man, I did not know internet cafes was a real thing, man.
Yeah.
I thought those were myths.
It was cool. It was like a computer lab, but like it was just filled with the shit that you just wanted to do. You know how computer lab, you had to like sneak a game on E-Bomb World or
Oregon
something.
Trail.
Right.
Reader Rapids. Space Invader Pinball.
Damn.
Counter-Strike.
Another one where you could build mazes and then go through them. There's a lot of those. I think my friend actually had Diablo too. Like he had cracked. He was like, yo, I can put all the Sega games on a computer. And basically he had it on a floppy disk. And not really knowing technology back then and then kind of knowing it now, it was just like, wow, to know like kind of how simple it was. It was just taking a file and putting it on a floppy disk and then putting it into a computer. And if it had the capability to play it, it would play it. And that's what, remember Windows Media Player?
Mm-hmm. Hell yeah.
The trashiest of players.
Yeah, real talk.
But I will never forget being in computer class playing Sonic 2 on Windows Media Player.
On the Windows Media Player? How? You had to download it first?
Yeah, so he had it on the floppy disk, he pushed it in, and then that's where it played. And then what would happen was you would have to change the configuration of your mouse to use as a keyboard. So you couldn't use both at the same time. And so like your arrows, that would be go, space would be jump.
Ridiculous, bro.
When I was in computer class, I was playing a game called Bugdom. Do you remember Bugdom?
I remember Bugdom.
Bugdom. Damn, I wonder if I can pull something up about it. Bugdom.
B-U-G-D-U-M?
B-U-G-D-O-M, like kingdom, but you're bugs. And it was crazy. It was like, I want to say it was an educational game. But it was very 3D. I don't know if you ever played Busby. But it kind of reminded me of that. It was just very, very like a 3D player. There's even a couple Sonic games that look like this.
I never played this, but this is giving me heavy Bugs Life vibes.
Yeah, for sure, based off of Bugs Life. Yeah. Bugdom and anything on eBombs World. eBombs World was a website that just had a bunch of like little mini games. There was a bunch of like dirt bike games that were dope. Yep. There's side scrollers.
Websites.
Even like early first-person shooters where you were just dragging the gun around and it kind of looked like Doom. There's a lot of cool.
Question for you guys: PC gaming, a game that we all played, but no one ever gave us instructions on how to play the game. Minesweeper.
Minesweeper is trash.
I never understood the game. I never won.
I figured out Minesweepers. It's math. That's what sucks about it.
Huh?
It teaches you equations, so it's basically the probability of where the mine sweep would be. So it's based off of math. Like my teacher taught us this because we kept trying to figure it out, and then he was telling us like, oh yeah, it's just basic math, and then he like explained the shit to us, and I'm like, I deleted it right off my computer after that. I was like, fuck this, because it had like different levels, so it'll be like the little square one. Then it could be like the medium one. Then it's like the huge one that you could play and try to select.
Never could beat it. Never got into it. I might, as a challenge to myself, I think I'm going to pull up Minesweeper and try to figure that game out.
There are people that are like competitively, like really good, can't lose at it, which is
really,
yeah.
No, yeah. I'm telling you, bro, it's all based off of math. Like you literally have to have an equation while you're doing it.
That's pretty cool.
I do got to ask you guys about this other game because I'm just on a rabbit hole of games that came on computers. Did you guys ever play Ski Free?
Yes, I played Ski Free.
It was a skiing game that you could hit jumps and shit like that. Yes. And for some reason, there was this really creepy part where if you went too far to the, I don't know like where it came from, but like if you kind of just left it alone, this fucking abominable snowman would come out of nowhere and get you.
Yep.
And that shit always freak me out.
I remember that.
You just hit a nerve. I totally played this game.
It was so basic, but so good.
Here, I'm about to pull up some video.
Look at this.
Thank you, Byron Von Stans, the Yeti. That's what it was. It was the Yeti. It would always
he would come and eat you. And I don't know if that was just random or if it was because you didn't get you ran out of time or didn't get a score. It just happened. But Ski Free was that shit. Look at this.
I think it was supposed to be chasing you, right?
The premise is very simple. Using the mouse or arrow keys, you control a skier.
I don't know if you can see.
I can.
There are 3 routes to choose.
Wow.
Damn, I just wanted gameplay. I didn't want to break down.
Right? Hey, you know another one that was good on PC? Paperboy.
I only played that in arcades.
I played that on PC. It was lit. And then there was a Simpsons game I played on PC. That was like a Bart one where what's Bart's superhero? With the cape, we got like the mask on and the cape.
What is his name? Hold on.
Bartman, is that it?
Is it? Really, Fox? Really?
I think it is Bartman, right?
Looking it up right now. Bartman, The Simpsons. His name is for sure Bartholomew Jojo Simpson. I didn't know Bart's middle name was Jojo.
Jojo.
Bart's whole name is Bartholomew Jojo Simpson.
That's trash.
What's the rest of them then?
I don't
What's
know.
the rest of just the family? What's the rest of the family's name?
Homer J. Simpson, I know is for sure. Homer J. Literally J.
So I guess that's JoJo too.
Yeah, that might be JoJo also.
Marge is Marge Jacqueline Simpson. Yo.
Hey, low key though, I'm gonna be honest. Her sisters could be one of two races. They could have either been white Jewish women or they could have been black aunties. It was always a muddled line between the two of those.
That makes no sense.
Yes, it do. If you watch episodes with them, you can see it. Like if you knew, especially aunties that smoke.
Yeah, but Simpsons had a rule where if they were black, they were black. Everybody else was some version of yellow, but black people were just straight up brown. Asian people were kind of like light yellow. All white people were just variations of yellow, but black people just straight up got the brown skin.
Listen, what happened was, Pat, they were just Creole. That's what happened. They made sure that the sisters were more of like, hey, look, not really sure that we're just gonna, they're just Creole, because they were throwing a lot of shade, Pat. Those Marge's sisters.
Jewish women talk shit.
That's what I'm saying. It could be both. It could be either or.
They were. Plus, they said shit like I'm sphinxing or something, and black women do not say that. Or I don't know what to say.
Lisa Marie Simpson, and then just Maggie Simpson. Maggie's the only one without a middle name.
I don't like finding out real names of like characters. It's weird. Like Captain Crunch. If you look up Captain Crunch, this nigga's name is Horatio Magellan Crunch.
I don't like that.
Horatio.
Yo, what's Dexter's last name?
Nigga, did y'all know that Chuck E. Cheese, the E stands for entertainment?
Entertainment?
Yes.
Chuck, yep.
Chuck, nigga, your name is Chuck. Your name is Charles Entertainment Cheese. That's trash.
Yep.
That is a trash mascot name.
Captain Horatio Magellan Crunch. Yep, that is true.
Find out Dexter's. What is Dexter's from Dexter's Lab's last name?
Dexter's Lab.
Hey, Dexter's mom was thick.
She was.
Oh, she had a whole lot of ass.
Dexter's mom had that wagon on the back.
Dexter's mom is top 3 cartoon moms.
Dexter's mom, PJ's mom from Goof Troop, fine.
What's her name? The Powerpuff Girls teacher?
Mrs. Bellum.
Mrs. Bellum, hey.
Your face?
Mrs. Bellum had a no. That's the one you couldn't see. Oh wait, you're right, Pat. Mrs. Bellum is the
assistant, the mayor's assistant.
The mayor's assistant. She was just fine, but Miss Keene.
Miss Keene, that's what it is. Miss Keene.
Keene. But then what's of course Elastic Girl.
Incredibles.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Wait, y'all talking about her on Powerpuff Girls?
Yeah.
He was talking
No, not that one. No, that's the new drawing. They changed her up then. They did her like they did Patty.
Where's the original?
Oh no. Let's talk about Patty.
Oh
man.
no, nigga. This is the original. Will, you want
that's still a new one.
No,
her eyes weren't like that.
That's the old art.
Sarah Bella's.
Oh no, this is the original, even worse. Will, you're not getting away with this.
No, who are these versions of her?
No, because at first you were like, yeah.
Was I just high when I was watching this?
I don't know. Miss Keaton.
Did they make Miss Medusa hella thick from Powerpuff Girls? Nah. All right, so that's it. I think we named the top thickest, finest older women of cartoons. We got PJ's mom, Elastic Girl from Incredibles, Dexter's mom. Let's look up Dexter's mom. Lois Griffin is not thick. Stop this right now.
I never liked Lois or Marge.
Nah, Lois and Marge, that's a no for me, big dog.
This who you talking about, Khleo?
Yeah.
Y'all niggas weird.
What? Yo, Pat over here be wilding when it comes to cartoon attractiveness.
We're already talking about
worst.
being attracted to cartoons. You might as well not be weird too. No, I was just
He
on
said not be weird.
I was just on Squadcast and niggas was like, man, finest cartoons in history, Nala, blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, fam, no one said Jasmine. Y'all going straight for the animals rather than the human cartoons?
That's because Jasmine has become so saturated in pop culture. Like, you feel like a novice when you say it. It's just like, oh, of course, that's the go-to. So people just want to be.
You don't want to feel like a novice, so you just say a lion. I'd rather fuck that lion.
I would say Jasmine. I would always go with
Jasmine. I would rather have sex with an animal because I don't want to be judged for having sex with Jasmine.
It's the look. It's that look. It's the Hakuna Matata Simba moment. That's all that everyone remembers.
Okay, even if a lion had a sexy look, I wouldn't be like, yeah, I'm trying to fuck that lion.
Yeah.
That
and
yeah, exactly.
Wait, what scene was that? Was that when she was baby Nala or adult Nala?
No, she was grown when she got right. Now you just
now I'm making it weird. Wouldn't want to be into bestiality and pedophilia, right? Don't want to make
I mean, what you think Beauty and the Beast is?
What do you think Pocahontas is if you want to talk real deepness?
Hey.
Yeesh.
Let's not go down.
Pocahontas was a whole 10 years old. Let's go into the game. Let's just go into the game.
First game up, I'll go first. Let's see. Khadeem, you got mine pulled up? I'll just jump right into my very first game. Games that define me, I'm going to go with Gears of War. Now, I never owned the first Xbox. I didn't want the very first Xbox. I thought it was too big. I didn't like the colorway. I thought, like, what is this? Degeneration X from WWE made a video game console? I just couldn't do it. But then I saw the trailer for Gears of War. And I saw that chainsaw machine gun. I saw these evil-looking locusts coming up from underneath the ground, and it's all-out war and mayhem, and there's this big-ass spider thing that wants to kill the protagonist of the story in the trailer, and I'm like, I'm in. I need an Xbox. That holiday season, I stood in line. I bought myself an Xbox 360. I bought Gears of War, and I was in.
Yo,
look at some gameplay footage right here. They recently released Gears 5, which is it wasn't a complete departure from the play style, but we definitely have more of an expanded story going on in this world now. I've been a fan of the Gears of War series since the very first one. We got 2, got 3, bought 4, and 5. I've played all 5 of them now. Yo, I believe we tried to put Pat on. Didn't we try to get Pat to play Gears of War 2?
We did. We got an episode coming out playing Gears 5 with that y'all can check out on Arcade Token's YouTube channel.
One more thing I would like to add: multiplayer. The multiplayer for Gears of War was really big. The scene like exploded. Everyone jumped in on it. If you were able to really be able to control a sniper, you were legit as far as elite play on Gears of War Online. The Nasher shotgun was for sure OP. It was ridiculous, but some of the greatest maps I've ever played online were definitely in Gears of War.
Yeah, man. 2 crazy things I loved about this was the horde style you could do, like with the 2 people like you see right here. You just could fight an entire horde and see how far you could go. This one had to be one of the most intense horde fights I've been in. Like you could do it in like Call of Duty, you could do it in like Left 4 Dead and stuff like that, but in here, never have I felt like you were in the shits when you played it. It was like, yo, bro, I don't think we're gonna make it. Mm-hmm. Second thing, it's funny you brought up the wrestling stuff, because the first time I played Gears of War, I was like, I'm gonna start calling this dude, I can't remember his name, I think it's Marcus, but I was like, this is Batista. I'm not calling him nothing else but Batista. Batista is a WWE superstar, which crazy enough is now a character in Gears of War 5.
Yep.
Batista?
Yes.
Batista is a DLC playable character for online play multiplayer in Gears of War 5. His name was Marcus Phoenix. That is the protagonist. You had Dom Santiago. You had the Carmine siblings, which is an ongoing thing, which was really cool. They made it interactive. kind of like they did for Batman and and Robin back in the day, where you could call in and say if you wanted that Robin to die, the Tim Drake one.
Yeah.
Or excuse me, the Jason Todd one. Going throughout the series, they had the Carmine siblings, and it was tradition that one of them was either going to get offed or they'd be saved at the end of the damn game. And I think only one of them has survived so far with the voting process. So pretty cool. Pat, what are your thoughts?
It's a cool game. It's a cool game. I always felt bad for Gears of War. I feel like it just, if only it was on PlayStation, It's like
it's one of the top selling games of all time.
It's like if Call of Duty was on the Soldier Boy game console. It's just like, such a great game, such potential, but it had to be on Xbox. But I mean, I played it, I dabbled in it. It was tight. I feel like if it was, across platforms, it would have done better. But it's a good game. It's a good game. Nothing crazy to say.
All right.
Gears of War.
See, you see
it happened.
Pat, you about to spark my XTSD, man. That's what you about to do right now.
Is that Xbox PST?
Yeah, man, you messing with my XTSD right now, man. I want to come to his defense, but I know I'm since being liberated from the Xbox.
I don't want to shit on it because I also had an Xbox One. I had one too, and I just, I had fun with it. I'm not trying to shit on it. I'm just saying, in retrospect.
I need you to lead with things like that next time, Pat. Just
what?
Just did had me out here in the woods in the tall grass by myself all this time.
I remember sitting there with my giant ass Xbox, like, I got a brand new game console. Who wants to plug it in? Where does it plug in?
Oh my God.
Oh, this is the controller. Oh, my bad. Gears of War and something. Oh, no other games. Oh, Halo. Good for 2 games.
No love, bro. The disrespect to the Microsoft brand.
I had to slip in.
It also has Forza, Pat.
Oh yeah, we forgot about Forza.
Oh man, no one's co-signing Forza on this stream. Sorry.
Round and around, no missiles, no shells, just round and around.
A thick console.
Xbox was thick.
Shout out Byron Van Stace for that one, man. Y'all are wild in the comments right now, man. Okay. Well, Pat, since you had just came in, I think it's only right if you let us know your game.
Fighting.
That defines you.
Big ass monsters. All right. I'm gonna go ahead and start with a more recent game. Since you went Gears of War, I don't feel bad not going too retro. I'm gonna go as recently as PlayStation 4. This is Marvel's Spider-Man. Now you may be thinking, define you. This is recent, Patrick. Well, guess what? When I was a gamer, probably pretty heavily up until I graduated college. And then in my mind, it was like, no, I have to work, blah, 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 blah. Games are a waste of time, all that stuff. So I completely stopped gaming, probably for years. The only thing that I kind of dipped back in was like stuff I couldn't miss, like Assassin's Creed when it went to ancient Egypt. I was like, oh, I for sure have to play that just to experience it. But like, I really like hung it up. But then Spider-Man came out and it really just like changed everything. This is the best superhero game I think that has ever existed, including the old school beat 'em ups, which I thought were top tier, but they really just got it completely right. Like in terms of feeling like Spider-Man, fighting like Spider-Man, New York itself, like swinging around and like the agility and the fact that you can literally go anywhere in Manhattan. The fact that they had it so that there was so much stuff to do in such a vast map. It really just like pulled me 100% back in. So I can't deny this as a game that defined me, just because like I was just completely all back in. I think we made the arcade token shortly after this. You Trash Fam happened. Like it really sort of just sort of like brought me back into the world to be able to even do shows like we're doing right now. And it's one of those games that's like, sometimes when I play a game and I finish it, I'm like, boom, I'm good. And I don't really revisit it again. But I already beat this game twice and I'm starting on my 3rd walkthrough on Twitch. And it's just, it doesn't even feel old. Like I'm gonna go through the DLC again. The fact that they give you so many suits, so many gadgets, so many power-ups. It's really like the closest thing, like we were talking about Batman and the Arkham series the other day. The same way that you feel like Batman by having like almost too many gadgets. You don't really think of Spider-Man as, you know, he has gadgets, but you don't really think of him as having like as many gadgets as he has had in the show. And they really like give you all of them. Like you have so much customization. It's just like, it's literally, like I said, the best superhero video game I think that was ever executed.
Yeah, man, I will say that this game made you remember that. Oh yeah, Peter's smart. Like you, yeah, he's a scientist and a genius, and it's like, oh, I keep forgetting this. But bro, I would say, and I'll debate this with anybody, this game is pure perfection. Like the fact that you will say this defines you, because it, like, if anyone wanted to come back into video games, this would be the game I would recommend that you play.
Right.
Like even what you just said with like beating it, like I just got it. I have one side mission left and I beat 100%. And I'm about to go play it again just so I can play in all the suits and change them throughout the days and with each mission. So
did you stay to one suit?
No. I switched out the suit, but you know, you don't get all of them throughout the story.
Oh, okay.
And stuff. So like now that I have all of them, I'm gonna go through, but I'm gonna start off with like him and his hope in like his homemade suit, and then level up just to kind of add to the story for myself.
You almost want to play it again. That's how fun it is, which is weird. And it's like, it's crazy to hear that you're also on the verge of 100%ing it. I don't be 100% in games. Like even if I'm a huge fan, there's always something in the game that I am not trying to do. Like there's just like the super intricate stuff. And this is like one of the only games that I clear every single time because you want to. And that's like really, really, really good, you know, just game directions for you to have that many activities to do that the person just wants to do. Why the hell is this Spider-Man just running around? He's just jogging.
Yo, Spider-Man is a murderer. Okay, I'm just letting y'all know that. Spider-Man be out here murdering people.
Oh, yeah. I'd be kicking people off buildings. I like it.
And they be like, no, they stick to the build. It's like, no, I've watched them fall and hit the ground. I've watched these soldiers fall all the way off a building.
Oh, they die.
I played my very first playthrough of it, man, no less than about a month ago.
Oh, first? Really?
I slept on it. I slept on Spider-Man heavy. I was like, I'm good. I think I was just marveled out as far as like watching Spider-Man on Civil War and then Homecoming with his own movie. I was like, I'm not playing a Spider-Man video game because I played the old one, the PlayStation, the original one. And then I saw Pat. We played a little bit of this on You Trash Fam. I was like, okay, I kind of get it, but I was still co-signing Batman Arkham City and Arkham Knight as the best Batman superhero games we've had. And then I got into this I finished the game last month, man, and it's just so much stuff you can do. And even the side missions, as you're swinging through the city, there could be a bank robbery going on. And then those guys have taken off from the bank and now there's a police chase and you could interfere and jump on top of their car and rip one guy out of the back seat, rip the other guy out of the back seat, then rip the driver out, throw him up. Boom, spray him to the wall. And then you got to stop the car to make sure it doesn't crash into the building.
The cinematic scenes are nuts.
It's so legit. And the storyline was so well executed. How you began, like, I won't give anything away, but you begin one way and slowly but surely you see other characters change as you're going along. And then that final boss battle was so beautifully
gameplay. I'm so sorry. This guy's web slinging is painful.
He's letting go way too early. He's supposed to swing.
I'm just watching this like, who is playing this?
He's trash. He's not doing this the web swing justice.
No. You good. They let you like, if you touch the sides of the buildings, you can run on the side. They give you like extra like flips and things to do, like extra XP, and just like the dynamics of the swinging. He's kind of just letting it go too early, like you're saying. But see, like I like try to like mix it up and keep like a rhythm going to like do as cool shit as possible.
Probably cutting backflips. So I be getting so much air with Spider-Man.
Spider-Man, his ultimate thing, it was, of course, he was like our first parkour hero. You know what I mean? He was jumping off buildings. he was swinging from rooftop to rooftop. It was legit. So the fact that they made sure to add that element into the web swinging and the overall, city exploration was amazing, man. So yeah, I'm with Pat on this one, and I'm with Will. This is the perfect superhero game. There was already rumors that went out, I want to say 2 weeks ago, about a sequel to this video.
Got to. Like, if you beat
there is a sequel coming. What I have heard is that they're talking about changing elements of the web swing. I'm like, don't change anything.
Well, no. Now there's a reason for that though. So the rumor is the reason why they are changing the web slinging is because the rumor has it is like, and it just kind of like common sense too, is that you may play as multiple Spider-Man. And so what they want to do is they want to make the unique styles of how all these other cats swing in the game. Like Miles Morales swings different than Spider-Man, than Peter Parker. Marcos from 2099 swings completely different because most of his stuff is free fall.
Also, they let you swim in this. No other Spider-Man lets you swim.
Yeah, so you may be able to do that. Venom as well, because they said that the symbiote suit might get a play into this as well, and his stuff goes a lot different.
Oh, so, that's right. He shoots from up here, right?
Yeah,
he's here, and it's exactly. There's no web cartridges for him. It's all a part of his the
and
DNA.
He swings creepy, so that would be tight.
Yeah, so they might be trying to add that into the element. So man, I look forward to it. I don't look forward to playing it like this though. I don't know what
this guy's crazy.
He's trash at this.
He's trying to swim and everything. But yeah, the one thing I will say about the web slinging, and then we can move on, is what's cool is just how much attention to detail that they have. Like there's just like even like little things like if you were to swing into like a fire escape on a building, there's like a small intricate animation where he kind of like pulls himself through the and like it doesn't glitch and you stop. Like there's specific animations for like little tiny things around the city that just like pop up in like very, very like unique situations, which is why I was like, oh, they thought of everything on this.
Yeah, man.
So yeah, definitely. If you guys are superhero fans, this would be the one to get you into the other ones, almost like how Breath of the Wild would get you into other Zeldas.
Yeah. This I would definitely agree with. But it's funny that you mentioned, Pat, that this brought you back into gaming. Because my choice is one that actually almost got me out of gaming. This game almost ended the gaming career of the Anomaly hella early.
Okay.
So I'm taking it back to regular Nintendo. The Terminator game. Let me tell you about this trash ass game. First of all, the game is unbeatable. No one has beat this game. I don't care what anyone says. I don't care if you send me footage of someone beating the game. I'm going to say it's altered. No one has beaten this game. This game was so difficult to beat. And literally, I didn't even want to beat it. I just wanted to get to one part where I could drive the motorcycle like the Terminator. And could never do it.
Damn, you never got to the motorcycle?
I got to it one time. And here was the thing. It was based off of lives. So it was just like the 5 lives thing. So if you die, you start over. So imagine having to get to that point where you only got 1 life left and you're trying to play it and you die and they count 0 and then you miss it and you have to start all the way over. I almost gave up on gaming because of this game. I was like, yo, screw this. I'm out. I'm done with this game.
This already looks too difficult.
It looks bad. I mean, I know the console. I mean, this was way back then, but just even the level design. I'm not in. I can't do it.
Bro. I had this and Batman, the movie Batman though, video game. So I played this and I was with Michael Keaton. I was so upset that I was just like, yo, I don't even want to play Nintendo no more. Like, I'm good. I'm done. Like, just imagine if I'd have been one of those adults now that's just like, oh man, you in your 30s playing video games. I could have became that guy because of this game.
Damn. So I understand why I defined you then. I get it.
Yeah. I didn't come back until Super Nintendo, Super Mario World. And I was just like, But like I said,
Nintendo 1?
Huh? Yeah, this is the original Nintendo. Yeah, this is the original Nintendo. So then like Super Mario World came, I was like, Then Sega dropped, and I was like, well, looks like I'm back.
People who played regular Nintendo were just built different. Just like the same way that if you started with the Nintendo Switch, you can't go back. Everything's just too hard. Like you almost start at your skill level. Like my skill level is like PlayStation 1, Nintendo 64, which is pretty good. But when you start going into like, all right, beat Paperboy with 3 lives, it's like, who was that good? That's when it was just like those, you go down to the old local arcade with 2 quarters and be there for 6 hours. Like those are those gamers. And I could never keep up.
But you know what that taught you though? That taught you great memory, because I remember having conversations like that, especially going to the arcade. You would memorize the game. So like when you played and started over, you would go play, and it's like, okay, I know this guy's finna pop up with this gun. I know this machine's finna come right here. So I need to jump here. I messed up last time by trying to go too far and didn't shoot. So now that I've made that, now I'm into new territory. And you would continue to learn the rhythm of the game until you got to the end.
Yeah. But when you were born in the era of like, oh, I fucked up and it put me back 2 seconds before that, so I could just do everything I was doing before, but I have full health. It's hard to go back, Will.
Oh yeah, no. Trust me. When I first had that, I was like, fam, why was this not created in Nintendo?
Yeah, there's
like memory cards.
There's games now that you don't even have to be good at. You just have to have enough time to beat the level, because you just walk through it, beat the boss up or whatever the hard part is, and then they'd put you back 2 seconds and you'd be like, oh, it's not hard if you start from here, and you just keep going. Like it's not even really like a challenge. Like I definitely like games that have more of a challenge, but there's some games like this that it's just like, fam, like
it was ridiculous, bro. It was just pure ridiculousness. What's funny too, never seen the stage ever.
What part of Terminator is this supposed to be?
Yeah, like who are you playing as? Is that John Connor? Like
John Connor. This is supposed to be I guess during like the war, like everything's destroyed already. Because you see like the skulls.
This is like dystopian Earth at this point.
This is after D-Day. So this is when everything blew up. And see, we didn't even get here yet.
I'm not a fan of the shooting mechanic.
You see how you saw how he was angling it?
It was trash, bro. I hate it.
And this is probably, what was this, on the Nintendo?
Yes, regular Nintendo.
How hard it would have been on that old ass D-pad. Oh my!
That's what I'm saying. Like these games were hard and didn't even have the proper tools to make it so that it was playable. Like it was the controls themselves was what was making it hard, not necessarily just the level. Where it's like Sekiro, we're used to that style of game. That game is just genuinely difficult. But some of these games, they're difficult, but it's also like, nigga, the controllers they're not like evolved enough for it to be this hard.
You had a grenade. That was pretty cool.
I feel like Howard Stark trying to make a new element. I'm limited by the technology of my time. I'm gonna wait till my son's born.
Okay, so my man, so you can get in a whole Humvee.
Yes, all of this. I never got to any of this.
It's a boss battle, yo. That's the ship that the T-800s be pulling up in.
So you had to shoot while jump over the hurdles on the ground.
Oh, and that was just one character. That wasn't even a boss.
No, that's just one character.
Yeah, I'm straight on this. Yeah, I'm not pulling this out. I'm not pulling this out of the archive. I'm not playing it.
And you said there was no continues, just 5, and you start the whole game over?
Yes, bro.
There was never an excuse for that. Give me the damn continue. At least let me start the level over.
Bro, you had 5 lives.
Making you start the game over was too real. Like,
bro, as soon as you died, you had 5 of them. As soon as it went away, old Terminator McGruff here popped up in his gray pixeled ass, and it's just like, get like, yo, bro, I'm telling you, man, it literally almost killed my gaming career. I was finna be done.
I'm glad you came back, man.
Yeah, man. Shout out to Simon.
So you almost said your gaming career was almost terminated?
Yeah, man. But like his franchise, I came back.
All right. Thanks for getting the heat off of me.
Yeah, man. We share heat here. We share the heat here, man. I'm gonna leave you out in the trenches.
I felt like I was alone, naked in the woods by myself.
It's like, you know what? His leg, you know what? His leg is broken down the stairs. Fuck it, I'll dive too. Hell, let's be hurt together.
All right, man. We got over 640 people up in here. What's the next game we do?
Well, we gotta take a commercial break first, because gotta take a commercial break. Get back into it, because before we get into that, we need to do the segment that we were supposed to do last time. People were requesting it, they asking it. The time capsule. I hope y'all thought about y'all time capsule game, because we got to talk about it.
For sure.
That's coming up after the games that define us, of course, though. So commercial break, we'll be back. I'm never gonna dance again.
Wintertime, but y'all not showing where the heat at. Build your fire, wait until the sun up. Hey, yeah. Woke up yesterday in a sweat, and I said, how'd I get so hairy? I went on my laptop and said, damn, internet, you scary.
Welcome back, gamers and gamettes. This is Games That Defined Us. We just had to pay the bills, but we ain't got to pay the bills once, so we're going full through now. Ain't this nonstop gamer talk again? Y'all ready for this, fellas?
Yeah, man.
All right, so we're going to jump back into Games That Define Us. We're going to hold off on the time capsule. Let's get these games that define us out the way first, then we'll talk about that. So, Pat, why don't you? Did you go first?
I did go first.
Okay, Khleo, you go first this time.
Cool. All right. So games that define me. We just talked about Gears of War, Xbox exclusive, but now let's jump back over to PlayStation. As many of you may know, I'm a huge Square Enix fan, Final Fantasy fan, and I'm also a big Disney fan. So the fact that I was going to get two entities to collide and make one video game, I couldn't believe my eyes. I couldn't believe it was happening. Ladies and gentlemen, I am talking, of course, about Kingdom Hearts, ladies and gentlemen. Kingdom Hearts. I think this is the cover for 1 up there, but I do mean Kingdom Hearts 1 and 2. I'll take those first 2. I combine those as a game that defines me. The character, of course, Sora, there's Riku, there's Kairi, but then the Disney characters that they involved in it, of course, there was Mulan, there was the Little Mermaid, and there was what's her girl's name? What's the villain of Ursula? Of course, there was Ursula. There was Aladdin. There was Jafar. There was Maleficent. You got the Final Fantasy feel, but with Disney characters. I thought it was the most genius thing that could have been done. I think a lot of people were like, "Ew, Disney and video games? How's this really going to work?" But they figured it out quite well, man. Now, the one con to this entire series is their story. Oh my God, it sucks. It's convoluted. You can't follow it. You got to go play games on a DS and maybe even, a old Game Boy to pull it up. Maybe go buy this comic book. Maybe go buy this manga. Hey, maybe watch this video that we kind of slipped into this other thing that to maybe catch you up. It's ridiculous. You can tell that they did not think the story all the way through. But when it comes to gameplay, when it comes to the characters, I have always enjoyed Kingdom Hearts. True story. I'm going to get it out really quick. I was leaving LA to go shoot a movie in North Carolina. The game was coming out the day I arrived in North Carolina. I took a red-eye flight to North Carolina. I arrived. The first thing I did was have the driver take me to Walmart so I could go and buy a brand new PS2, the slim PS2, the really, really, really itty-bitty skinny PS2, and Kingdom Hearts 2 on the exact same day. That's how much of a fan I was of this game.
Damn.
Yeah.
You do have a Keyblade, huh?
I do have a key. You know what, Pat? You're right.
I hate to be that guy, but all right, I'm gonna be that guy. I'll say it in a very political way. The culture behind this game was missed upon my arrival at the age that I was at the time of its release.
When was this dropped?
Kingdom Hearts 1. Ooh, good point. Kingdom Hearts 1, 2002. Kingdom Hearts 2. Yeesh, I don't know. Let's see. Kingdom Hearts 2 release date.
It was getting down.
Yeah. So, Will, this wasn't in your realm, but Pat, what about you?
Loved this game. I love this game. I really like the first one. I don't remember the second one too much. But here's my issue with this game is that not only did I not know what the hell was going on, I feel like if they would have just kept a simple plot, this game would have been 3 or 4 times as big. You know what I mean? Like it's almost like it's Disney. You know what I mean? If they would have kept the Disney formula and not tried to go all Final Fantasy, because that's my big problem with Final Fantasy too. Some of the stories are way too much. So I think that if it was just something that was easy to follow, if it was just as easy as a boy gets the access to this Keyblade that can make him jump Disney universes, it would have been great. And then I think that, the shit that ruined it was the same shit that ruined Smash Bros. Budget. They couldn't get all of the dope characters that they wanted. So what did they do? They just stockpiled Final Fantasy characters and these human characters that kind of just turned it into another game rather than either like Kingdom Hearts 3 should have held out for PS5 and just gave us the characters in the worlds we wanted, right? Yeah. But instead, it's like these companies are being backed into these corners and now they need characters and development, but they don't have the money for these giants that they have. So now you got 30,000 what's that damn game called? Fire Emblem characters in Smash Bros. And Rapunzel in Kingdom Hearts 3. Like we don't want that. Yeah. So it's like just hold out. People they give us bullshit instead of just holding out. So my only thing with Kingdom Hearts was they just added too many humans and were too complex. But since you picked the first one, I would just say that the first one was as close to what people want in their minds as possible. Because I feel like even diehard Kingdom Hearts fans want something else. They're like, this is tight, but I wish this was a little bit simpler so I could explain this shit to my fucking friends.
Oh, yeah. I will say that. If this, I'll agree with Pat. If this had, simple but epic, like you said, him just going through these worlds, and I need help with this, I would have probably been the first one on the train. If I got to fight with a Keyblade and Woody at my side in Andy's room,
you need to explain that.
I'm in.
Explain that. But it's like even Kingdom Hearts fans can't explain to me what the fuck it is.
I can't. I honestly cannot. I cannot tell you what's really going on. Ansem has 5 different bodies. Xehanort has the same face as him, but the other it's ridiculous.
Ain't there like a 0.5 game that's you have to play?
There's a 2.5.
You know what? Ain't Ain't nobody got time for this shit.
Go to hell.
That's-
2.8, you asshole.
That's y'all problem. That's y'all. See, I was trying to be nice. I was like, I ain't gonna say nothing. I'm gonna just keep it political. Now I'm gonna sound like Trump. I'm sick of this shit. Okay. I'm so sick of you gotta play 32 other games, read 17 books before you can play the next game to understand what the hell going on. And then you gotta read.
If you go from 0.5 to 0.8, then you can wait for Kingdom Hearts 3. They should have just given us a 0.9.
Kingdom Hearts 2 was so overly, like, everyone was asking for it. It was in high demand. We wanted it, but that's not what we wanted. I'll be real. That's not what I wanted as a Kingdom Hearts fan. The gameplay was way too over the top. The battle system with these random summons that you can call in, but I agree with you, Pat. It was just the characters. I think that's what we wanted was the characters in the world, like the Nightmare Before Christmas world, dope. The Lion King world, dope. And then those characters who actually had cameos, it was so fun. Hercules, the actual Colosseum levels was dope. When you got to fight Cerberus, pulled up, that was fire.
That was,
and they ruined it. That's okay.
So this is what we're gonna do. This is what we're gonna do. We're gonna do an episode of Phantom Fiction. For those that don't know, we are the arcade tokens, the three of us. And we have this thing called Phantom Fiction where we come and create like universes, shows, all kind of stuff. Okay. You know what we're gonna do? We're gonna, first of all, we're now gonna turn Kingdom Hearts into a anthology. So we're gonna start it clean. Kingdom Hearts 4 is gonna be like Final Fantasy. It's gonna be completely different. And we are gonna cast and create Kingdom Hearts 4. Cause you're seeing Khleo with this Keyblade. I'm like, yo.
Wait. Can we do one better than that? Can we make our own Kingdom Hearts? Can we just start from the beginning and make what Kingdom Hearts should have been? Because I can't go into 4 when I don't know what the hell 1 through 3 is. So I feel like we should just start it over and make our own Kingdom Hearts that's easy, a Spark Notes version that's easy to follow, and all the worlds and characters that we would have put in. Because I feel like that would be more fun. We might as well remix the whole thing.
Yeah. Let's do it. Let's do it then. Okay. I was like, I didn't know where to go from there.
Yeah, I didn't get any pushback.
This is normally when the commercial comes in.
What's that?
Someone drew this and they said this is the world they wanted in Kingdom Hearts.
Oh, snap. That would be crazy.
Dog, when I saw this picture, my heart dropped.
That would have been dope.
Who would be the enemies?
Maybe heartless versions of the yellow spotted lizards.
Yeah.
Maybe heartless version of the warden.
Oh, the venom and turn some of the campers into like these zombies or something like that.
That'd be fly.
It would be cool to see Mickey and Goofy in a damn prison fight.
Right.
All these niggas in con outfits swinging at heartless
with shovels and shit. Yeah, that'd be dope.
Oh, the shovel keyblade though, that would have been fire.
Lit. Yeah, we got all right. Well, we got some work to do.
So that's what we'll do, man. So that'll be coming soon. Y'all check that out at the Arcade Tokens YouTube. And then also, but before we move from Khleo, want to give a congratulations to Khleo. If you are a wrestling fan, Khleo Thomas is going to be on WWE's IG Live. He's going to be a guest on what is Caleb Braxton's show?
With Caleb Braxton, man. I will be live tomorrow on WWE's Instagram. She's going to interview me. We're going to talk about some of my favorite WWE moments, what it was like working with The Rock and Walking Tall, what wrestlers I'm big fans of right now, as well as what I've watched on the WWE Network. It's going to be a lot of fun. Make sure you guys turn up, have a lot of fun with me on the live, and let's see what the WWE has plans for Khleo in the future. That's all I can say right now.
Uh-huh.
Yes, sir. It's a new day. Yes, it is.
Yes, it is.
So I think I'll go into my pick for the game. So a game that defined me. Now I didn't play this first on the game console. I actually played this in the arcades, and it was just something about this game that was just so epic to me because it was extreme. It had snow, it had missiles, it had guns, and it had the White House buried under snow. That was a level. This game is called Arctic Thunder. Arctic Thunder is one of the dopest games to me.
Is this an arcade game too?
Yes, it was an arcade game
Okay.
as well. It was like the massive one. It wasn't like the regular arcade consoles. It was the whole ski. You sit down, the whole ski with the big screen, Arctic Thunder at the top. It was all in all
That was
white.
the arcade, right?
Yeah, that was the arcade.
This was on PlayStation?
Yeah, it was on PlayStation 2.
I did not know.
And this was one. Now I'll never forget this because it was one of those games that made me see the potential of like where games could go. Because I'll never forget this. This is one of my best childhood memories. I played this at a casino, and it was in Louisiana. It's called the Grand Casino Coshada. My mom would go there all the time. My mom and my pops, and so they had an area where you can drop your kids off and go gamble all your money away. And then there was one for kids, and then there was one for teens. And so teens had the arcade like this. So it was an arcade full of the dopest arcade games, the retro ones and all the new ones. Like they had the Terminator one with the big guns and stuff in there, everything. And so playing this one though, the intensity of this game was so much fun. And then there were 3 of them hooked up so all of y'all could play together. And it was just so much fun kicking people off of skis. You can knock people off. This was like Mario Kart, Jet Moto on steroids, and I love every part of it.
This is giving me big linear race Twisted Metal vibe.
Yeah, that's another one. Yes, thank you.
And I do see how this could be a lot of fun. I do, man. Like Twisted Metal was one of those games that I played on the very first PlayStation, and I enjoyed. And then when the sequels came out, I was still into them. But this is just, wow, like look at the freaking levels. We went from
these levels were
look at this skull looking like the mummy. This is pretty cool. I can't like this is pretty cool.
I'm telling you.
No, I want to play this. Huh? I want to play this. This is just one of those games in the arcade that was always fun because the levels were just so extra. Like the jumps, you would jump into like a damn Indiana Jones temple, but the jump would take like a smooth 7 seconds because of how high it was. Like it was just ridiculous. And I did not know there was like a home console version of this because shitty thing about arcades is that you play it once or twice, but you know, that shit costs money. Like you can't really get into like the full game unless you're sitting there all day. So the fact that this is a PlayStation game, like shit, I'm low-key trying to run this.
Just say the word. Just say the word. You know,
man, we saying it right now. Let's get the Arctic Thunder going. I'm telling you, man, just playing this in the arcade, even playing it on here was so much fun. But that arcade, like when you got these boosts, when you got hit, you could feel it. Like the ski would shake everything. Like you felt like you were there. You be doing tricks. You kind of stand up a little bit while you riding and stuff like that and sit back down. Oh man, this game was so much fun.
Game's lit. Yeah, I want to get into this game because I've only, the level select only gives you so much and you can't really enjoy all of the game. So yeah, let's run that this week if we can.
Hey man, I am down. And then I realized too, at the casino they let you play this for free. And like you said, when you get in the regular casino, the regular arcades and they have these, it's like, I'm not paying $250.
Right. Oh yeah, because it would be since they had the big ass thing that you sit on, the snowmobile.
Yeah.
It was like $1 a game.
Yeah. I'm like, nah, I'm good. Yeah, this part, yeah. So
this was gonna be on our retro gaming episode. I think we're all in for this for sure. This is gonna be played by us.
Yes, this is so fire, bro. Y'all will not be disappointed. So, Pat, what is your choice in games that are defining?
All right. Well, I mean, sticking with the whole snow aesthetic, this is a good transition. My game was back in the early 2000s. This is a PlayStation 2 classic within the EA Big era of NBA Street, NFL Street. This is SSX Tricky.
Yeah.
This game was everything. It was crazy. Like, we just played Tony Hawk. There was a couple of extreme sports games that even kids in the black culture were like, oh, what y'all doing over here? Like, this was definitely one of those games. Like, I had no interest in snowboarding at all, but just how they executed this game, it was just ridiculous. Like how that snowmobiling game reflects nothing with snowmobiling. Like it's just like the ridiculous aspect that drew me in, and just like one thing about it is that there's never been a snowboard game besides like Snowboard Kids that had like good characters. And this game had just like lit characters, like everybody from like Mac, who I think that is right now, the little kid who thought he was black, Eddie, the dude with the afro, you know, there was Luther, we had Marisol, just like all of these dope ass characters. And even more than that was just like the tricks. Like you see these ridiculous clips, like their feet weren't even clipped into the board. They were doing the worm on it. They were spinning it around their neck. Like, look at this. It's stupid. It's just like the levels too. You were in these like weird like custom trick levels with like all these like grind rails and jumps, and then there was also like levels where you're in a city. It was just like a beautiful game, but it was really like a massive game too. Because I mean, you see this is the first level. I remember this. As complex as this looks, this was just the first one, and it only got crazier. And like the multiplayer and the soundtrack was
man. I think what who was it that said this was? I think it was out of the two of y'all that Eddie was basically like the white version of Dr. J for NBA Street.
I wasn't me, but I remember reacting to that because this is also EA Big, so they could have been based on the same model. Who knows?
Yeah, but when I seen him like break dance on his board in the air, I was like, this is ridiculous, and I must have it.
Look at that. He knew a secret way. Jesus.
Oh,
but, you know what I gotta appreciate about this time for video games, man. Imagine what it was like to work for EA Big, to be a creative, and your CEO of your company tells you, "Hey, go over the top. There is no idea too big. I literally want you to go as over the top as possible with your game ideas and development."
Right.
Okay. You get SSX Tricky. You get NFL Street 1 and 2. You get NBA Street 1 and 2. Now, I know those have a third one to each of the ones I just named, but we're not going to talk about those. We're going to talk about 1 and 2. What else came out from the EA Big line? There was a few others, but
I think they brought Blitz back too.
They or maybe I think I was still midway, but regardless, it was so fly. I think during this time for video games, man, like SSX Tricky is for sure up there as a GOAT for just fun.
So I didn't play this, but FIFA Street.
Yep,
soccer had a Street version.
FIFA Street is really fun, bro.
It really is. It's more fun than you think it is. Like NFL Street ain't all that, but FIFA Street.
So let me tell you what. So in terms of EA Big, they mainly focus on SSX, NFL Street, and NBA Street. Mm-hmm. However, they did dip into another game called Def Jam Vendetta.
Yes, they did.
That was EA Big.
I mean, of course, yes.
So they've been out here.
Yeah,
definitely been out here, and I actually liked Vendetta.
Man, look at the snow. Look at the road. Yo, he's on a roll. This guy is on a roll.
This was great, bro.
And it's crazy because after we just talked about songs that were embarrassing to bump in front of people, this game had all of them. I mean, this was my first exposure to EDM, electronic music. Yep. Like they were really doing like all these like wild remixes that you would only hear at like a coked up X Games. And I was just never around it, but there was some of those things. Like I remember there was literally a song that went like sounds like cocaine. It's just like
sound like Studio 67.
It's just like what it sounded like too.
It's literally like that Bad Boys 2 scene where the dudes were like overdosing off of ecstasy. Like it was just it's just like it wasn't my world, but I was just like, I get it. I get the musicality of it. It's lit.
For sure.
All right, man. So those are the games that were defining us. So we're gonna move into a new segment that we got. And so I think this is something that also helps define you, but would also define the video game world. I don't know why they're doing that for some reason. But
somebody just got murdered real time.
Well, we told you to feed your kids, bro. Come on, man. She's not a hand.
No, that was something else.
My kid is fine. That's just
that was somebody locked up in Will's basement.
They're fine.
Help! Niggas talking about SSX Tricky. Help me.
But ignore that. Don't worry about him. He's fine. But yeah, so this is the video game time capsule. Okay. A video game time capsule goes as this: 5,000 years into the future. We don't know what it is. It's either a futuristic utopia or roaches have taken over everything. No matter, they're going to find this time capsule that we here at All Def Gaming and the arcade tokens are leaving behind.
Mm-hmm.
Now we're gonna put all kind of items in there. Of course, PlayStation is gonna go in there. The Xbox ain't shit manifesto is gonna go in there, along with some other things. But video game wise, we can't fit everything in there. So, what would you be selecting to put into the time capsule?
I have the best answer, so place me wherever you guys need.
Well, just because you said that you're going first, just because you said that you're going first, I want to top it.
All right, I will go first. I am not only just gonna pick a game, I'm gonna kind of put like a series. I think that the most well executed and best representation of our entire civilization as humans would be the Assassin's Creed series. And I will tell you why. Assassin's Creed is not only a fun ass game, but it is a historically accurate walkthrough of almost every important time. If you didn't know what humans were, you would get ancient Egypt, a massive, massive, massive game. The most recent one, Odyssey, representation of ancient Greece. You get biblical times in Jerusalem. You get the Mediterranean, everything that was happening along the Mediterranean Sea, and Rome and all that stuff. You get where else did they go? Italy. They went to Italy and the Italian Renaissance. You literally get so many. I think I said Egypt first. You get a historical representation of so many time periods. And then another thing that they did, which I appreciated, but I never had the time to do. They had so many things. They had like what's it called? Landmarks that you can go up to, and they would have like 3 pages worth of literature where you can learn about it. And then there would be like characters like Leonardo da Vinci and real characters in history that you could visit, and they would give you inventions. But there would also be like a bunch of stuff like you could literally learn from that. I don't know if it was a myth or not, but there was something going along where there was some class that used Assassin's Creed minus all of the action, just like the historical things, to get their students to like learn about certain things. So I think that just in terms of a game that represents us historically, but is also like a really fucking fun game where you can just be an assassin that climbs the pyramids of Giza, you kind of get the best of both worlds. So I feel like as far as like the series, it would be Assassin's Creed. If I had to pick one, it would be between Odyssey and the Ancient Greece one, just because it has the most information, and those were 2 huge parts of human history.
Okay, I dig that one. I dig that, bro. I think that's I'll give you that. That's an excellent choice, and for your reasoning of the choice, I think I kind of am gonna stick in that same realm. As far as what my choice was, and I think too, just because you said franchise wise, I'm gonna say the same thing. And of course, I'm going with Grand Theft Auto.
Okay.
Like Grand Theft Auto is definitely one of those franchises that has shaped me as a gamer. I've had even before 3, when it was just the top view, and it was a game that was in London before we got it and turned it into the mecca it is now. See, it didn't. The world failed because they know how hard GTA be going in these streets. But yeah, man, I think GTA is a point in our time and what we know best. Like, I know history is dope, but you can always question if that really truly happened. Like the stuff we see in Assassin's Creed, it's like, okay, that's what you're telling us, but we don't know if that's necessarily true. We just know that's what you wrote down. There'll always be that theory, but we know we were here at this time. We know the shit that was going on. So when you see it in Grand Theft Auto and you see just how much we can relate to those things, I feel like this is that one game that we know even the good, the bad, the ugly, the pretty, everything about it.
Whoa, wait, you're saying that Grand Theft Auto is more accurate of us than Assassin's Creed?
Hell yeah.
Current times, I get where he's coming from, bro.
Hell yeah, I can say, yeah, that happened.
Going on. I get where you're coming from.
Yeah, I'm like, yeah, that happened. I can testify that happened.
People, if you were an alien and you play fucking San Andreas, you'd be like, nigga, that humans had it rough out here.
Yeah, I see why they're not here no more.
Niggas was flying down from helicopters and shooting RPGs at just random buildings. Damn, shit was crazy.
Apparently they were superhumans. They can jump massive buildings by just typing in a code in their phone, apparently. But yeah, man, I think that's just one that is one of the best games that's out there. And if I had to pick within the franchise, I would probably say San Andreas or 5.
Okay. Not Vice City, because that was a depiction of the 80s.
It is, but if I had to pick, I like San Andreas because of what it was, and then 5 to just see because 5 is just like what is the captivation of all of them. It's what everything has been building to get towards. So It's like that's their peak, that's their pinnacle. Whatever they do next, it's just like, oh, you just topping yourself now.
Okay.
So that's my choice. So Khleo, what you got?
For me, I'm gonna go with the Metal Gear Solid series. Here's the reason why. First of all, you'd have to put a letter in there to tell them in which format and in what order do you have to play the game. That's first and foremost.
That's
just literally go, oh, I'll play the first one. Oh, this one says 2. Play this one. No, do not play it in order. Let's play it in the order that you would actually understand the story. But I think that game would actually keep people skeptical. It would make people be aware that, hey, because you're being told something, don't always take it as fact. Just because you're being said by your superiors that it's like this, and this may be the truth, most of the time it may not be. There may be some cloak and dagger stuff going on. So be skeptical, make your own decisions in life. If we're talking dystopian future where we got no one running anything and everyone just out there for themselves trying to offend, hey man, stay skeptical. So Metal Gear Solid for me will for sure be going that time capsule. Yeah, that's my choice, guys. Metal Gear Solid. The entire series.
I don't want to talk bad on it. So I'm gonna reserve my comments on Metal Gear Solid.
What's up?
No, talk about it.
Man. Metal Gear Solid is the reason fucking Sekiro was created.
Stop.
And I can't stand Sekiro.
Don't blame.
Then blame Sekiro.
Yes.
That's a lot of connecting dots. That's a lot of dots you're connecting.
Blame Sekiro then, bro.
Listen,
don't do Metal Gear Solid like that.
Blame Sekiro, bro.
Listen, man.
They talk about government. They talk about what was going on during the JFK era. They talk a lot of real stuff in the background of when the cutscenes are going, bro. So don't blame Metal Gear for your problems with Sekiro. We all know the game's hard. We know it won Game of the Year as well, but whatever.
Listen, man. All of these hidden messages, sensei chi things you got to know about Metal Gear Solid and stuff like that. Look, don't get me wrong. This franchise is great, but this shit was difficult for no reason at all.
Come on.
Well, Khleo, what would you say if someone was to get into Metal Gear, what would be the first one to play?
Ooh,
that's a good question. Appreciate that.
I got the answer, I think.
What is it?
I would go Metal Gear Solid 3.
Snake Eater.
I would go Snake Eater.
Yeah.
Go Snake Eater.
Yeah.
At PS3?
Yeah, PS2, PS3 era. It came out for the PS2 originally. It made it up with the PS3. I would go Metal Gear Solid 3.
Metal Gear Solid 3 Snake Eater, that's your very first time actually playing as
Big Boss. Well, who turned into Big Boss.
You're playing as the guy who becomes the person who's the antagonist for this entire series. It's such a dynamic game, like having to put the camouflage on so you can blend in with your surroundings. So you really felt like you were in the military. You really felt like you were extra stealth out there in the jungles. How you had to fight certain bosses, the fact that you could beat a boss by like literally not doing anything. You could start the battle, turn your console off, and not play the game for 2 weeks, and come back and put the game on, and the boss would be dead because he died from old age. Like you could do that, or you could go to your PS.
Yes.
This ain't a shit I'm saying.
Yes, Pat.
Hold on, let me finish. You could do that, or you could go into your PS3 settings and set the date for 2 weeks later. Come back, and the boss would be dead because he was an old guy. He was the best sniper in the world, but he was in a wheelchair. He was about to die anyway. But if you fought him, that battle is hard too, bro. It's a hard boss battle.
You just wait for time to take its course.
Exactly.
Come on. Now, y'all not now. Look, you don't see the connection of Sekiro and bullshit. Cut the game off and just wait.
Yeah, because there's too much disconnect. Because like when the way I think, I'm like, okay, so Metal Gear Solid was just standing there for 2 weeks, looking at him, waiting for him to die. Like within the story, it can't just cut to you getting groceries and shit during that 2 weeks. It has to.
I promise you, Pat, they have a cutscene for it. They legit have a cutscene for it of him.
Go look it up, Pat.
I promise. Could you fight him?
Waiting?
Yes, you fight him in a forest, and he's the sniper. So you're trying to find him in this damn forest, right? And you turn it off, save it, and literally when you start those 2 weeks later, there's a cutscene of him finding that old ass man dead. Promise you, bro. Whole cutscene. I promise you, the ultimate fourth wall breaking is Metal Gear Solid. Ultimate fourth wall breaking.
That's kind of cool, I guess.
Okay.
Thank you. Come on, Pat. Come over to the side, baby. Come on, bro.
Hey, man,
what I won't give you is the shit that you said that you were looking for a code within the game and the code was on the back of the game. I will never give credit for that. I think that the dude who made this game is a genius, but he is an asshole for that.
That's my connection, right?
I will go against all Metal Gear fans against that. He is a douche for that.
Yo,
that's my comparison, Pat. Right there.
Imagine buying Metal Gear Solid, the first one used, and you don't have the CD.
Oh, I'd have been hot. I'd have been hot. If you had a controller.
That's dumb. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Everyone check, Pat. Everyone check your group text really fast so you guys can see this. Really, I would rather you guys see what it looked like on the back really quick. The best moment in Metal Gear Solid discovering Meryl is Meryl's Kodak number. It was on the back of the case, quite literally thinking outside the box. It's crazy.
Okay, so tell me this, Khleo. How did they set the mission up? I'm looking at it right now. How did they set this mission up though? Like, was there like some hints at it being outside of the game?
No, I mean they just said it's on the back of back of the CD case for the Kodak. They actually give you a CD case in the game, so
they do.
It's a kind of they do and they don't. Pat, it's kind of.
They say it. They literally say it's on the back of the CD case, and that you do acquire a CD case earlier before that. So you go into
a little cooler, but still little.
Pat, it's the ultimate wall breaking, bro. The fourth wall doesn't exist.
No, I know. I speak that language. That is a troll, sir. You guys just were like, you guys were fans, so you dressed it up as something else. Like, he's such a genius. He's great. He trolled you guys. He made you guys give his game 5 extra hours of gameplay for some bullshit for him to be like, haha, you had it the whole time. He told you guys. I'm sorry.
You should have checked it back. That's what he was doing.
Is that how he talks?
Yeah. Yeah, you thought you were going to get it. Yes. No. Yeah. Asshole level for Metal Gear Solid. Asshole level for Sekiro. They're roommates.
I'm gonna try Metal Gear one more time.
Come on over, Pat. Trust me.
Listen, I got 5. I bought 5. I'm gonna try it. I'm talking shit, but I'm gonna play it.
I think I have one of them too. I don't know where it went. I have Patriots.
The fourth one.
Is
that when he's old?
Yeah, that's the old one. Yeah.
I don't like it. I didn't like it. I liked the first one because it was just a different play style that we were used to on the PlayStation. I liked Metal Gear Solid 2 because of the updated graphics, and the boss battles were pretty legit. Metal Gear Solid 3, of course, Snake Eater, where we're actually playing as the guy who becomes Big Boss. I love the camo. I love the cut scenes and the dialogue. 4 I did not dig, but Metal Gear Solid 5 was, in my opinion, it was a masterpiece. But I'll just leave. That's just my opinion.
5? I thought you said to start with 3.
No, I said to start with 3 for sure, but in my opinion, 5 is the masterpiece. Like, when you know the story, when you know it and you get it, and you know the elements of the characters, 5 I enjoyed the most.
Okay.
And it was the newest one. That's why. It's just the newer updated things.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wait, did Zordon want to do any of these?
No, I'm good. I'm good for today. I'm good. I didn't bring anything to the table.
Okay.
I didn't bring anything to the table today.
Well, that's all good. Well, but next time you will have something, I'm sure. Well,
Absolutely.
ladies and gentlemen, this has been another episode of Games That Define Us. Thank you so much for everybody checking in and watching with us. We do this every week. Check us out later in the week. We're going to do a Let's Play. We might even have a special guest on here. So y'all just go out to stay tuned and check in. But make sure you check out Khleo on the Bump tomorrow, right?
WWE on the Bump with Caleb.
Yes, sir.
Bumping.
Yes, make sure you check out the latest episode of Squadcast with Patrick and the squad. They are talking about going in the past or going into the future. And y'all are all completely wrong about time traveling, but we'll be getting that into another episode.
I'm sure we are.
Within so much more. And then also, if you want to, stay tuned because we will be back at 5 p.m. with Roast Me Live. Roast This Live, excuse me. Roast This with Billy Sorrells, comedian CP, Craig Smith, and Brandon Lewis. You don't want to miss it. If you love the roast, you're going to love this live.
Yeah.
But as usual, I've been Will Pharaoh.
Khleo Thomas, aka Mr. Slick Live.
I'm Patrick Cloud.
And we will catch you next time.
Bye, guys.